We are official tissue. Allergies is crazy. I
Bruh.
hate it.
Oh, tearing
I
me
hate
up. I'm
allergies.
sorry, y'all sound crazy this episode, but we still gonna run it.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I feel for you. I feel for you. Yeah, because man, ooh, yeah, allergies. I hate it.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
bad.
it, man.
I didn't get allergies to my 30s for real. So that's the other part that's crazy. Like I went like mad long not ever having allergies. I don't understand what happened.
And in that case, I don't feel bad for you. In that case, yeah. Wow, wait till your 30s to get allergies, man. I've been dealing with that all my life. Oh my god. Wow, you're
Bro, this is trash. I never ever in my life experienced. I was just sneezing. I'm like, what am I sneezing for? Like, what?
yeah. You got to load up on the Claritin, the Zyrtec.
This is nuts.
Yeah, you got to load up on all that stuff. Yeah,
What's the remedies? What can I like? What are the at home remedies? Is it anything?
the at-home remedy is you get in your car, you go to CVS or Rite Aid, and then you get Zyrtec, Claritin. You get one of those two, and then or Benadryl. You get either one of those three, you're good. I probably wouldn't recommend Benadryl because it make you drowsy, but the other two you can't go wrong
Yeah,
with.
that's
Or if you got
hilarious.
a Costco membership, you can get one of those. The Kirkland allergy pills. Those work too. Those work as well. Yeah.
Get them in
Uh,
bulk. Okay,
yeah.
word.
Yeah, and they work fast. Yeah, I don't know the at home remedy. If I knew, hey, I'd pass it to you, but unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Fine, I guess.
my bad. Hey, it happens.
It's
Man, gee,
trash.
it's crazy. Well, what's going on, y'all? This is Leveraging Your L's. I mean, my bad. My name is Rafaniel. I am your co-host today, and we have my lovely co-host in the buildings here, Brian and Owen. Leveraging Your L's. If this is your first time being on the show, we share our experiences, the things that we've learned in this business, the losses that we've taken, and we try to share those with our fellow peers and avoid those mistakes that we weren't able to avoid initially. What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. What's going on, team?
Hey, happy Thursday. Listen, we back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's the week going so far?
Listen, we love the week. Week is going good. Got some deadlines, got some weddings, got some final meetings, consultations, social media going up a little bit. We out here. You already know.
Gotta love it. Putting in that work every day.
Yeah, it's always something new. It's something new to do, something new to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Facts,
Yeah.
facts. I love it. Yeah, it's been a good start to the week so far. We got 20 signings on the calendar so far, and then I'm in the middle of trying to get a document recording assignment completed. So this one was a little interesting. This is for a client who had 3 properties that need to be recorded in 3 separate counties.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've done a document recording assignment before, but going to the recorder's office, for all of y'all out there who know, man, it can be, man, they'll test you gangster. They will test you gangster for sure. Man, it's so interesting because you think with the attorneys, they're going to know how to make sure, because typically for deeds or estate plan signs, they typically take care of the pre-filling out the PCORs or affidavit of exemptions, just the particular documents that need to be submitted, right?
Okay.
We get everything signed, notarized. We got the areas that need to be initialed, whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take it to the county, then it's like, oh, we can't take this for this reason or that reason. So one particular county I went to, they wasn't going to take it initially because this particular client was transferring property from I think to an LLC or something like that.
Okay.
They were just holding me up with the process, but we ended up getting that document submitted for the first county. The second county. Funny thing about this one, I had to call ahead of time to actually know what I needed, so that way I didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
I get everything I needed. I go up there, and they still tell me I have additional things I need to submit.
Wow.
Documents was illegible, or it didn't print trustee, or the document needs to show that they're the actual owners of the trust. It's like, dude, like we do this all the time. Like, yeah, so it's dealing with that, but I'm confident that's gonna get closed. I only got one more county that I need to go to, so in the middle of doing that. And I got a great story to tell. So yesterday, I was out and about making my rounds, and I got a phone call. I was actually talking to someone, and I got a phone call. I was like, let me just wait for it. Let me wait till I get done talking with them, because it was only a couple minutes that I was going to wrap up the conversation. So I get off the phone and I call back, and I say, introduce myself. They said, "Oh, this is so and so with Chicago Title. We was giving you a call because we needed a notary, but we already secured a notary for the signing."
Dang.
Damn, that fast?
Right.
Not even 2 minutes go by. I was like, all right. It's like, damn, I should just answer the phone I should just answer the phone.
Right.
And so I get off the phone, and then it all starts to come back to me. I was like, well, let me give them a call back in case. Even though they found a notary, I always want to, follow up and say, hey, because I was going to initially ask, hey, do you typically, because when I got the call from Chicago Title, I was like, would you use SnapDocs?
Right.
I would have thought you would have used that, but either way, I was going to ask, hey, what platform do you use? Notary. I can save you time. I can help you get your deals closed faster. Call back like 6 times because initially no one can't get no one to answer the phone. And so when I finally did get someone on the phone, it wasn't the escrow officer. It was I believe it was the assistant that answered the phone. So yeah, I was pissed about that. I mean, I was like sitting in my car for like 15 minutes, just like I can't believe it. I was just sitting there like this for like 15 whole minutes. Like, you got to get over it. It's like that hurt is stuck there. You got to, I was just trying to let me just process it. Let me process it now so it can get out of my system. But man, I was like sitting there for like 15 minutes in my car. Like, man, why didn't I just answer the phone? Why didn't I just answer the phone?
Nah.
So out there, regardless of what you're doing, answer the phone. Because you never know, it could be a direct signing. And it was a direct signing. That was the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Direct client. And you never want to miss a direct client, especially from a title company.
I know, yeah. It's all right. It's gonna come back.
Yeah, it's gonna come back. It's funny enough. And now just thinking of that, and this goes to being consistent, just the power of just being persistent and consistent. 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago, this is when everyone was on Thumbtack heavy. Don't know if everybody still use Thumbtack. I'm sure that don't anymore.
Yeah, me either.
It was insane. But back then when I was using Thumbtack, I had a client, a potential client reach out to me about getting some documents notarized from one of his superiors at his firm. I think it was some type of, I think it was a cybersecurity company or something like that, but they were a global company. And they were talking about, and the gentleman was talking about potentially using us as their sole provider for notary services 3 years ago, right? So I was waiting for him to follow, give me a call back because we were supposed to get it scheduled, but something happened. So I ended up following up with them over a 2-year period. Because when I initially did the research, he was saying that, hey, we want you to be our sole provider for notary services. We may need remote online services, and we may have some clients that remote employees that may need to get apostilles, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I said, okay, that's perfect. That works for me, especially during that time. I was focused on trying to get apostille business. But it never materialized to anything. So I was, again, following up for over 2 years. And it would always kind of put me off. But yeah, right now it's not a good time, but maybe so. So I was like, all right. So I want to say probably the middle of last year, I kind of just stopped marketing to him, to stop reaching out. So I just say, I'm going to just go all in, or just focusing on that estate planning only. And today, that same gentleman reached out to me, was asking me about getting some documents notarized for a client of his in Minnesota. So interesting, man. It's interesting. You just never know that work that you put in with just following up. For all y'all out there, you have a client that you want to work with, and right now may not be the right time.
Yeah.
Right now may not be the right time. It's all about just staying diligent and just being ready, just being ready for the moment when it presents itself.
Nah, I gotta follow up on that answering the phone, right? So I don't even think I told you. The other day, my phone rang. I answered it. And on the other side, it was a private investigator working on behalf of a title company because my notary stamp's still being used.
Still?
Yes. Yep. So I was talking to him and he basically was like, yeah, like they don't think that like it just wasn't done correctly. And I was like, I'm sure it's the same person. And I was like, this probably happened like at this point, maybe like 5 times. And he was just like, really? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, like they hired me. I just started working the case. So like basically send me over everything that you have from all the other places and we'll try to find a guy. So we'll see what happens. But answer the phone because it might be a PI on the other line trying to get in touch with you. He might solve my notary fraud case. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we need to get that. Yeah, we need to get that like taken care of like right away because they just using your name and your stamp to just.
It's the same thing. They sign the same way. They use the same stamp. But when I was telling him, I was like, it's really nothing to protect like notaries out here. If I'm being like honest, what do you call the people? Whistleblowers when they like
the whistleblowers?
They go out and they tell the truth. It's true because like all of that is public information. If you're an active notary, they can go on like the state website and download a CSV of all the active notaries, and it'll include your name, it'll include your notary commission number when it expires, everything. And then you just go on Amazon and get your notary stamp made. So it can very well be me, you. Honestly, the possibilities is endless. Don't watch this. This is all alleged. But I'm just saying, like, I don't do criminal things. But I'm just saying, you make it so easy. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. That's especially all the stuff that be going on these days with the fraud and there was a case. Yeah, there was a case in, I don't know what state it was, but there was a notary who recently just got charged for fraud. She was assisting. She was what's that word I'm looking for? She was partaking.
Accomplice.
Yeah, she was an accomplice. There you go. She was an accomplice in the situation, like notarizing like fraudulent documents, like real estate documents at that.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, man, if you're gonna don't play with the stamp. Don't don't do that. Don't play with your stamp. Like I never understood, especially when you understand the power of the business and what it could do to actually change your life. It's like,
hey. But I feel like if you a scammer, you don't care about that. Like you just spend your whole day. Like, I had one lady from the title company. Maybe she was an escrow officer. I don't know, but she was hot. Like she was like, if he put in half this energy getting a real job than trying to scam people, he'll be doing just fine. Because he told a whole lot with her. It was like the parents were in a lie, but he signed for them, but they've been dead for years. It wasn't even his parents. Like he really put her through the ringer. So she was pissed. She was emotionally invested. But by the time she was like the third person who called me. So it was just like, okay, this is just ridiculous. So now I'm up to like 5. And my phone, I never know what happened. Like every time my phone ring, I don't know.
But as an escrow officer, I wonder what kind of due diligence that you would need to do to ensure that no fraud is taking place here. I would assume because you said that the gentleman or the scammer.
I know.
He was signing on behalf of his parents, or that's what he was saying.
I mean, that was a story that he told that like title company. So like it's been the same type of like signature. It's always the same handwriting, the same type of signature. But like the story depends on how involved the title company gets. So like if they like kind of let it slip through and they catch it, then they try to call them, start to ask questions, they'll get more of a story than someone to be like, okay, this fraud, and they don't even go through and they don't, you know what I mean? Like do all that extra, they can just tell. So you can tell like which companies they standards or systems or whatever aren't as up to par as other ones. Yeah,
I would assume that. I mean, it's escrow for Christ's sake. I mean, You wouldn't ask for. I mean, I would assume you would ask for a copy of ID or a copy of a power of
They
attorney.
do. I've gotten copies of IDs. They ain't my ID, but they people's IDs. So yeah, I've gotten photocopies of IDs. I've gotten like I said, like whole stories. The one lady told me, she was like, yeah, I called him and he said that he was your secretary. I said, now I don't even got no secretary. This is I got a secretary I don't even know about. This is getting out of control.
Jeez. Yikes.
I said, not a secretary.
That's a lot.
This man have built me an office. I probably got a storefront somewhere. Like this is just, I don't know.
Yikes.
So you already know.
That's a lot of work to go through. That is a lot of work to go through the scam. Yeah. Be legit, y'all. It's not worth it.
It'd be legit.
Oh, legit. It's not worth it, man. Sheesh.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Outside of that, yeah, man. I was quite frustrated with that. Yeah, in the moment, not answering the phone. Because I'm pretty good about that. I'm pretty good about just answering my phone in general. But for some reason, I was in the middle of the conversation, and the type of phone calls I was getting as of late have been mostly notaries just calling me, asking me questions. And I already had a son. I think kind of reason why that kind of threw me off is because I had a notary who kept calling me about a particular sign. So I'm thinking it was her, and I'm like, all right, let me just give her a call back.
Yeah.
Not to be a title company, a national title company at that. I was like, oh man, what was
man. It's okay. Like I said, it's gonna come back.
Yeah, it's gonna come back. Yeah, it's gonna come back. Yeah. Outside of that situation, outside of that happening, everything has been really well. I would say, one thing I've been praying for, really, just to increase my capacity.
That's a good prayer.
Been trying to increase my capacity because certain things that we ask for. It's like, oh, you want more signings, you want more business, right? But then when you have an opportunity like I had yesterday, not answering the phone, it's like, hey, you asked for this, right? But then when the opportunity presented itself, you didn't even show yourself to be ready. And so you got to be aware of what you're praying for, and then what you do when you do pray for it, to make sure you're prepared and ready to take advantage of that situation. So just learning from that yesterday, and then applying that to, again, the gentleman that called me today to get some documents notarized from him. Everything has been really well, man. I cannot complain at all. It's been a really good start to the quarter.
That's good.
Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it, man. You had an interesting topic that we wanted to touch on today, and that topic is family. Do you really need your family to support your business? I definitely got some things I want to add to this, but I would like to, pass it to you as to kick it off as to what made you think of this topic today, and how we can help those notaries out there who may be feeling like, hey, I started this business. I would have thought my family would be supporting me, but I'm not getting the type of support I thought I would get initially. So
yeah. So let me be clear. My family definitely support me 110%. Like my mama be in my comments, like I'm Tiara's mama, and I'm so proud of her. So I want to start off by saying that, but I will also I really wanted to get into like not just family, but also like friends, because I think sometimes it's like, maybe people say like, oh, we don't expect like our family to support us in the beginning, but at least like our friends, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like we can't expect that of people, one, because they may not even need our services. And we know, like we always say, like sharing is free and commenting is free and liking is free and like all of this other stuff. But I be feeling like we be expecting so much from people, when it's like sometimes we just gotta put in the work and just continue like the vision. And then when they actually get to experience your services, then, you know what I mean? Sometimes the support come after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just feel like personally, I just brought my people in from the beginning. Like my dad see me officiate, my mom see me officiate virtually, my sisters come to a wedding with me, my daughter, my fiance, like everybody. I'm about to start bringing my friends. Okay, you about to start being my day of assistant, and y'all get to experience it as well. But I think it is something about kind of like bringing people in a little bit on the inside, not necessarily for you to get their advice, opinion, or direction, but just so they can and see the work that you're kind of doing and the impact that you're having. I think sometimes that can help with the support, but I feel like more than anything, it's really about just keeping it pushing, because if you ain't got nothing to show them, you know, how can they support you? Like,
Yeah.
keep it real.
And I like what you did. You brought everybody in. You didn't wait.
Oh, no,
Around for them. You said, hey, this is what I got going on. I got a wedding coming up. You're going to show up. This is what I got. Come on with me. Where I think where most people like me, when I first started out, I just started the business. Say, hey, y'all, I'm in business. Call me. Hey, what's up? So I'll be posting like on Facebook and all these social media platforms, and no one was really reposting my stuff.
Yeah.
And initially, you want that support, you want that backing. It's like, hey, why nobody ain't posting my stuff? And again, it goes back to they got to actually see you do the work first, right? So one of the first signings that I got was actually from my aunt.
Hey.
And I think from there, once they started to see that, I actually do this, I actually did 2 signings for her. And then from there, I went to have my mom. My mom is a notary, so she does signings with me. So my mom was all in. Like, she recently served as a witness for one of my estate plan signings just last week. So we all good. And then I had another cousin of mine who served as a witness for another signing that I had. So once they start to see that, you're not flip-flopping, you're not doing this business, you're not doing that business, then that's when they start to take you a little bit more serious, and they start to support you. So I will get text messages from aunt or someone, hey, someone who's notary, I thought of you, and be on the lookout for their call. Or you may have someone that may be on Facebook looking for a notary, and they tag you in it. Like, that's another way for them to support you as well. So but it all starts with you. You got to do the work first. You got to put yourself out there first. You can't expect no one to do the marketing. You can't expect people to spread your name in rooms that you're not in, because again, people are only going to do business with who they know, like, and trust. So if they don't know, especially if that person doesn't know you, or how they're gonna trust that you're gonna do a good job for you. And then also what?
I was gonna say, but even if they do know you, like, how do they know the services you provide, and if you even good at it, and if people even have a good experience with you? Like, you my cousin, so I know you differently, but hopefully in your business, you get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, even if I do know you, like, I still want to see what you doing for the people, is they actually having a good time, having a good experience with your business and stuff. And an easy way you can do that is bringing in witnesses. Honestly, you can show them that your business is profitable by asking them to be a witness. Charge for the witness and take them out to eat, or get them $20 or whatever. And that's one way for them to start believing in your business. And it don't cost you no money. Actually, you got paid to do that. So I used to bring my grandma, witness. Okay. My parents, witnesses. Everybody used to be a witness.
Yeah, once you start putting money in their pockets, that's when they start to believe.
Listen, they got lunch, because I didn't want them to get the game messed up. We're going to lunch. You ain't getting no payout. Don't get crazy now, because then you're gonna be wanting to feed. Like, no. Lunch.
You gotta pay. You're not paying them to serve as a witness?
Lunch, and I compensate with food. You don't think I'm playing? I'm so serious.
That's cool.
I'm so serious, because I still drove us there. Like, don't you know what I mean? Like, it's still a little piece of,
you got.
I love that. Read that comment, Rafael.
That my longtime friend, and this is from Amy Lou. She says, my longtime friends get skeptical of my endeavors. My new notary community of friends are super supportive. My family has come around by seeing that I haven't given up. Yeah, oftentimes they got to see you do the work first, because like me, I'm one of those kind of people where, like, initially, especially like early on, like in my entrepreneurial journey, you get this shiny object syndrome. Like, I think that happens to everybody. Because coming into it, you're just not aware of all of these opportunities. Oh, I can sell life insurance. Oh, I can do vending machines. I can sell this. I can sell that. You can do all of these things, right? But if you're not really consistent in just one thing, it's kind of hard to get that support. So, and I was a victim of that. Like I was doing a whole lot. Like now I'll tell about my journey before. I was reselling books. I was reselling electronics on eBay and Amazon. I was and still doing notary, and I was in the vending machine business. So I was doing all of these things, and I wasn't really gaining any traction. But my family still supported me, just the fact that I'm grinding. I'm putting myself out there. Yeah. I've had a few of my family members ask me about the vending machine business. And funny enough, with the vending machine business, even though I'm not in it no more, I got a lot of support from that. I had got some shirts in there. My cousin, she does designs, and she made me a shirt. She made me a few shirts. And I wore those every time I went to go fill up the machines or I'm going into my business meetings. But that would not have happened if they didn't actually see me with a vending machine, with an actual location, with me actually saying like, yo, I am taking on these meetings, and from there and then doing the notary, just posting the content and everything. So I think the important part is you can't take it personal. I wouldn't take it personal in the beginning, because like I said, it's your family too. And like your family is gonna know you. It's gonna know you. Like they seen you from the sandbox, from diapers, pretty much. So they know everything that's great about you, and the negatives about you as well. And sometimes families can be haters, but we ain't gonna speak on that. But that's the thing too. And so what she was saying was like her friends were skeptical of her in the beginning, but when she entered to the notary community, all these people that were so supportive of her as she's going on in her journey. And one thing about the notary community is business owners in general, we all know what it's like. So we all know we all know that we all need support. You can't do this thing by yourself. And you try to do it by yourself, man, it's just certain things that you can't see.
That's right.
That makes sense. Certain things you just can't see. Or let's say, for example, if I didn't have no notary friends, and I got that phone call from Chicago Title, and I missed that call, I missed that call, and they told me I already found a notary. If I didn't have any experience or know-how, I probably could have took that. That probably could have went another way. I probably would have been like, man, I'll probably never get another signing again. That was probably my only opportunity. It's over for me. What I'm gonna do? When is my next phone call going to come in? Right? We got people like how I know you, and I got other notary friends who support. Like they've all been there before. They're gonna tell me like, oh, that's nothing.
Right.
You're gonna get another phone call. Just don't sweat that. Like that's not gonna be the last phone call that you get. So just having that community in general is just so helpful for you, just for your mentals business.
No, that's super true. And I feel like the other thing is it's shiny object syndrome, and then on the other side it's like imposter syndrome. And I was literally just talking to Norm about this yesterday, because that was one of their educations in the Fellowship for Change program. And so it's funny because that wasn't in my year, which was the year before. And so I was like suggesting it for the next year. So it's always good to know that people is listening, right? Mm-hmm. But one thing I recognized that I had to share with Norm was like, now that you recognize that maybe you feel like you identify with imposter syndrome, maybe you are not, as professional as you like the pros are, or, just whatever it is that's kind of holding you back. You have to remember that like that's an identity that you don't want to come into like alignment with, right? Because you're not an imposter. You're learning. Maybe you're at the beginning of your business. Maybe you can improve on certain things, but like you are never trying to swindle somebody out of like their money. You know what I mean? Like you're providing them a service. You want to make your service as valuable as it can be, but you can't take away your own value by like calling yourself that. So I would say it takes just as much energy to, lean into self-doubt as it is to, go and do something great. So I'm going to share something with y'all. It was so good. It was like, either you're going to be a contender or a pretender. I was like, ooh, that's cute. I like that, right? You put on a shirt somewhere. So go out there and be a contender. This was really meant to be a pep talk for y'all guys. Like, you don't need your family support. It's like, nah, it is nice to have, but you don't need it. You can go out there and build a community of whatever you're doing out there in the world. And that may be your new, family support. It's okay, y'all. Keep pushing.
Yeah, your family's not going to be your best customers anyway.
They might not need your services. My mama don't need my services. Maybe for a vow renewal, but like she ain't getting married. They 30 years, 30 plus years. They don't need me.
Yeah, they're not.
And her friends probably don't either. I'm not in her like her friends ain't gonna hire me if they are getting married. They're probably gonna hire someone who is a little bit older, like them. Not like, oh, I got my niece doing my wedding. They're not doing it.
Yeah, I would say don't let that hold you back. Because, especially with the internet, it's millions and millions and millions of customers out there, people in that need your services. So I would say don't limit yourself to just your family in the beginning. Obviously, you do want to tap into that warm market as far as letting people know what you do, but don't expect anything from it. If any help that they give you, be appreciative of it. Because it's not guaranteed, but I would, if I had to start all over again, I would start with the warm market, let them know that I am in business to help out, but I will focus on the people that don't know who I am.
Yeah,
like getting my name out there, getting to these networking events, creating the content, creating outreach campaigns. So whether it's emailing, cold calling, wherever the case may be, just putting your name out there, because like the strangers are going to be the ones that's going to pay you. As a matter of fact, I have an attorney client right now who I emailed 3 years ago. He sends me business, and I've never met this man. I've never met him. I don't even know what he looks like. If he walked past me today, I wouldn't even know if he was my client or not. Right? But that just goes to show, like, they only need you for what you do, right? So. Yeah. And those are the best clients, but they don't even want to talk to you. It's like, hey, I just need you to show up. Oh, I got you.
Oh, right. No problem.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. So don't let that hold you back. I've seen that before. I've seen that before where we like notaries, or there'll be some notaries. Like I've had some coaching calls where I'll ask the notary, like, yo, like, what's your marketing plan? Like, what have you done so far? Like, oh, tell my mom. She told her friends, and like, okay, God bless your mom. I know your mom. I know you love your mother. She loves you dearly, but it's a world outside of your mom. Now, unless she has this huge professional so she can go to, and she's like a center of influence, that would probably make sense. But even if that was the case,
you'll stop there.
It's the whole market outside of your mom. So, like your family and everything. So, like put yourself out there first. Put yourself out there. Then that's where you start to see. It's funny because in the beginning, you don't really get that type of support. But then people got to see you actually doing the business, seeing you. Getting those testimonials always helps as well. Yep. Getting those testimonials from previous clients that you worked with, even if you don't have any video testimonies, like even if they left you a review on Google or Yelp or whatever platform that you're using, like post it. Yeah. Let people know, like, hey, this is the results of the results that people will get when they're working with you. When other people see that they're doing business with you, then that's going to compel them to say, you know what, if that person had a great experience working with this person, maybe I should reach out to them in case I need a notary, or refer them to someone who I know may need a notary. So don't be overly reliant on your family.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. But you're right. I think sometimes we lose track of that. But the more you put yourself out there, the more you open the doors to opportunities coming your way, because you never know. Like what they say, social media allows you to reach millions in minutes. The best thing for your business is visibility and brand awareness.
See, Anastasia do it. She posts her Google reviews.
That's it.
She's the Amory. That's Amory Notary Services. I know who you are. Yeah. Hey, it's funny. I'll be seeing some of y'all be posting when I see y'all real names, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you so and so." So because you so accustomed to knowing people by their Instagram name, but when you actually see them, it's like, "Oh, I know who you are." Yeah, post your Google reviews. Post your Thumbtack reviews. Post any kind of review that you get. That social proof matters.
Yeah.
Social proof matters. You can't be like, oh, I did X, Y, and Z. It was like, okay, well, if I go to this person, can they verify that you did this signing for them? Can they verify that you were professional? Can they verify that you were all these things that you said and then some? You know, those things matter at the end of the day.
I feel like even for my efficient, you got ample, opportunities for any type of reviews. You got video testimonials, you got reviews, written reviews from guests, from vendors, from the actual couple. You can even put in little like surveys throughout your process, and you're getting like mini reviews throughout that time too. So it's a lot of spaces where people can brag on the value of your business. So it's great.
Social proof matters. Social proof matters. Yeah, that matters at the end of the day. At the end of the day, don't rely on family. It's funny because when I used to work in financial services, I used to work for New York Life, and one of the things that they will have you do is it's a thing called P200. They want you to put together a list of 200 people that you know. All right, and all these people can either be family or friends, and this is considered your warm market. And so when I made this list, it's like, all right, now that you got 200 people who you can go to, go out and ask them, tell them that hey, you just started a new business, and you're looking for people to support what you do. And I think out of that list, I probably out of all of my family members, I probably had like a couple of them that actually that let me do like a presentation for them. Everybody else dubbed me. They said nah. They say no, I can't do it. It's like all the time, but I'll get back to you. It's like all right, I see your auntie house. I'm gonna ask you again, right? Hey, you can play that game if you want to. I'm gonna ask. And sometimes you got to be bold too. That's another thing. You got to be bold. Can't be afraid to open up your mouth. I'm gonna say something, especially if I see you and I've been calling you and you ain't answering my phone. But when I see you, like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna say, hey, what's up? Why you answer your phone? You know why I've been calling you. So I'm one of those kind of people where I'm very bold and asking. So sometimes what I do is just open up your mouth. That's another thing to do as well.
I saw this. I feel like even with that, it just helps you, build like a thicker skin and, get you okay with rejection too. But I had saw this, I want to say maybe it was on TikTok, Instagram, something like that. It came from a book, but essentially the exercise was that you were supposed to lay down on the ground in some type of public place and lay there for, I think, either 10 to 15 minutes just to get used to like people looking at you weird and the stairs and you know what I mean? Like trying to build like this. So I probably saw like maybe like 3 of these videos and I'm like, oh my God. And so it comes from this book and it's supposed to help you, get ready for rejection, like bear it, whatever. Interesting, right?
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, please don't do that. Right. Please don't lay down in the middle of nowhere. If you want to, that is funny. Who would suggest that? Just lay down in the middle.
It was a book. And then a couple of people that did it. It was one girl, like a New York City, like literally on the corner. And she's like laid down on like a towel. And it was another girl. She was like, you can tell she was nervous, but she was like recording herself trying to figure out where she was going. But I promise you, I think she was literally in like the West Palm Beach outlets. I was like, this looks so familiar to where I was walking around. But she just like found some little place in outlet. So it's like it's during the day. It's safe, quote unquote. But it's just weird. I'm sorry. Yeah. Reject me some other way. I don't know. That's not it for me.
Yeah, if you want to get rejected, cold call.
Right.
Cold calling will help you get thick skin really quick. People don't have no problem telling you no or hanging up in your face. One of my things, one thing that I used to take as disrespect was people hanging up in my face. Oh man, I used to get my blood boiling when people hang up. I think that's like the rudest thing you could ever do. I've been there wanting to fight. If you hang up in my face, but once you get in the business, like I come from, I have a real estate. I never closed any real estate deals, so I used to try to do wholesaling like real estate. And one of the things that they tell you to do is cold calling. And when I tell you, people, when you cold call and ask them if they want to sell their house, they will hang up on you so fast.
I hang up on
no questions asked. You know, I've done well over 1,000 cold calls. So initially, so my skin's a little thick at this point. So if you tell me no, it's like, hey, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But if you don't have thick skin, and if you want to get thicker skin, I definitely recommend cold calling. You get used to hearing a lot of no's. You'll probably get 100 no's before you get you probably will get 100 no's before you get your first yes. And that's probable. That's probable.
Yeah.
Probable. You may end up getting 1,000 no's before you get your first yes. So but yeah, man, real tough stuff. This is great. But yeah, don't just don't totally rely on your family. Put yourself out there first. Go to those events, those professional events, creating that content, put your name out there. And once you start to do that consistently, then you'll start to see those family members tag you in those posts when someone needs a notary, or they may have a neighbor that need a notary and they call you or text you and refer you. So, and then once they the key part after that is if they do refer you, then it's your job to follow up with that person and do the best you possibly can, and also get a review or a testimonial from that, so that way you can continue to get consistent business coming in. So the more good things people say about you, the more that comes good to you from doing that. So
no, that's facts. Honestly, I was just going to give before we head out, a little fresh perspective in terms of, your family not supporting you in the beginning. Honestly, it's for the best. And let me tell you why.
I'm with that.
Go out there, not make a fool of yourself, but get sharper. Go out there and get sharper. Go out there and get your reps in. Because, by the time your family does get to witness what you do, you're a lot better than where you started.
Mm-hmm.
And you can probably take their feedback a lot better, or even encourage it than where you started. Because it doesn't feel so like, oh, you're attacking me because I really am at the beginning of this, and I am sure, but I'm not really sure. That's why your opinion matters so much versus, hey, so people done paid me a couple times for this, so I know I can get better. You can show me how I can get better, but I also know I can do this, and I'm not so affected or impacted by your opinion. And so maybe that's how we all need to start looking at this. But I know for sure the ceremony that my parents experienced virtually was way different than what they would have experienced at my first or second or third. And the person who gets to see the most progression is my fiance, because he come with me, like every other or every so often. So he gets to see every time that I get better. So it's even nice to even bring my parents back, and they're really going to be floored. They're like, oh my gosh.
You really do this.
Yeah, like you really do. No, and so that's another piece of it, right? Is that I was telling Rafael before, but I had went to a wedding this weekend, and I was talking to the groom and just doing the regular check-in, and all I hear is like, you the officiant? And I look back and I saw someone I know, and they were in the groom's party, and I was like, well, who let you in the wedding? You talking about me. But it's just really cool, because was I expecting to see that person? Absolutely not. But did they see me when I first started my officiant journey? Yes. Mm-hmm. So that part was really cool. And to see like, okay, you really, really do this, so much so that like my friend paid you and trusted you with their big day, and now I get to see why. So it's cool.
It's not a game.
It's not a game. It is not a game. It was a hot day.
Yeah.
Okay. and it's good, because then after I'm like, okay, now what's your honest opinion? Where can I get better? What was the experience like? And now I can get your honest feedback. And again, I'm not super tethered to what the opinion is on both ends, right? Because for my couple, I want to hear specific words to know that you had an amazing experience versus like my friend, I can hear a little bit of, yeah, you could have spoke up a little bit louder, or, pause here or whatever. Like you can hear that a little bit better. You don't want to hear that kind of criticism from your couple that paid you, but from your friend who was able to watch you. Yeah. So
totally different experience. It's totally different experience, especially when they know. And the funny thing about that too is how you've been officiating for how long?
2 years, 2.5, too. Yeah.
And they ain't switched up yet. Still doing it. From when the gentleman who saw you at the wedding was first introduced to you, he was introduced to you as a wedding officiant. 2 years later, you still doing this? Yeah, you still doing that. Because just imagine.
He met me as a notary. Like, yeah, I think I'm about to take this officiating serious. That's how he met me.
Just imagine, because most people, when they don't see success right away, they know they move on to the next thing. Or maybe this industry is oversaturated. Well, really, it's just no. You got to get better. You can't just show up and expect to get business. So that's a lesson.
You gotta plant your feet, and if more than anything, you need to master your craft. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've been learning. I had a conversation with my dad the other day, and I was like, man, at this point, it's all about like honing in. Like, I'm about to start going to Toastmasters, start getting my public speaking up.
Toastmasters. That still exists?
Yes, you know what? Norman has been going, and when I tell you I see an improvement, and that's just in our regular conversation, I was like, okay, like, you know, so I already know that he's getting better with his performance. Because I think the other thing is like recognizing what you actually do as an officiant. Like, what are your actual services? What's the value that people care about? And, you know, it's how well you speak, how you make people feel, how you story tell. Like, that's what you're selling. That's what you're delivering. And you just want to make sure you over deliver. Come on now.
That's interesting. I didn't know they still around. For all of you that's not familiar with Toastmasters, I believe they're a public speaking organization where they specifically focus on helping business owners, entrepreneurs with public speaking. And so oftentimes when you go to these networking events, it's not set up to where, you know, it's just a bunch of people in the room and you just going to one person to the next. It's more of the format is, let's say if we got 20 people in this room, one person gets the opportunity to introduce themselves, and they have 30 seconds to talk about a 30-second introduction in their business and what they do. Right. And then oftentimes you need to stand up, either give you a microphone or you need to speak out loud and tell what you do. Now, if public speaking is not something you're comfortable with, I would definitely recommend being in the Toastmasters or just a professional networking association, because that's what they do. And you get to talk about yourself, your business, who's your ideal client, how you can serve them, what you're looking for this week. And you got 30 to 40 seconds. If it's 50 people or more, you probably got 30 seconds. If it's less than that, you probably get 35 to 40 seconds to get your pitch off. But those groups are really helping. Just when you saying, just talking with Norm, you can see the difference. Now, probably before he was probably because Norm is a bit quiet from my conversations with him. But I'm pretty sure from him getting those reps over and over again, showing up weekly, telling people what he does and what he do, then your confidence starts to build up. And then once you start meeting just people on the random, whenever they ask you what you do, it's like, oh, my name is Rafania. I'm with Stamper Signings. We specialize in notarizing estate plan documents. We focus on serving estate plan attorneys. What do you do? It just comes off just naturally like that. So those they pay off.
I definitely feel like, at least for me, I already see 3 places. It's like, it can help you with, delivering an amazing ceremony, but it can help you with pitching yourself when you're at these wedding shows and having these conversations, and even more like networking, like you said, at these other professional organizations and events, and having that elevator pitch of, you know, what do you do? So, I mean, I'm excited. So, yeah.
Yes, Lord. Before we head out, we got to do our shameless plug. Absolutely. That's what we do. What's going on? What we got coming up? Any wedding officiant socials coming up? What's cooking?
Of course. We have our July virtual social next Thursday on the 18th, 6 to 8 EST. Very excited about that. Definitely go to the Stand Store, check it out, sign up.
Sign up.
Yeah, what else we got cooking? That's pretty much it for now. Well, at least that's all I could share. But we are just super excited. Our community is almost at 2K. So we're doing a 2K giveaway. So join our Facebook community as well. It's everything nationwide for wedding officiants. Super excited. And whatever you need, we're here to support.
2,000 people.
That's it.
2,000 folks in the community. People still getting married, man.
Absolutely. What?
People still getting married. No balloons? No balloons at these weddings?
That ain't never going away. Let me tell you something. I feel like not only are they getting married, but they're prioritizing professionals. And we love that. So yeah, they love to see it.
Let's go. Man, 2,000 people in your community, in you guys' community. That's insane.
Oh yeah, we're giving away digital products of your choice and potentially some one-on-one times as well. So we gotta get the 2K first. So do what y'all need to do.
For y'all join up. For all y'all that want to get into the wedding officiant space, make sure you join in. People are still getting married.
Yep.
Tiara was a speaker at the Michigan Notary Consultorium, something like that.
Consortium.
Sorry if I said it wrong, y'all.
Shout out to Detroit. Yeah. Yes, the Michigan Notary Consortium Conference.
That part. Yeah, so if y'all looking for a coach, consultant, make sure y'all join the group. She knows her stuff. What we got going on, man? This Saturday, very excited. Oh no, we got a comment real fast. So what do y'all think about ink fingerprinting? That's not really my bag. I've done 4 fingerprinting assignments in my life. I have actually hired fingerprinting techs to do the signing. I haven't rolled fingerprints, but I just hired a fingerprinting tech to do the assignment for me. I would tap in with Andre Hatchett. He would know better than me. He has a mobile fingerprinting course. I would definitely tap in with Andre Hatchett. He would definitely know. I believe it's a value add to your business. Only thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at this: find one thing that you want to do. So if it's fingerprinting, apostilles, weddings, estate planning, loan signings, find one thing and one thing only, and focus on that one thing. Because when you don't want to offering so many different things, it's kind of hard to be a master in that particular niche. Yep. And when you're not a master in that particular niche, when you are trying to market to a particular audience, your message is not going to cut through. So master that one niche, so that way you get really good at that niche, and then when you are marketing to a particular audience who needs your service, your message is cut through, and you can able to solve their problem. So find that one thing, and that everything else will work itself out.
Yep.
This Saturday, we'll have the estate planning notary masterclass. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm pretty much going to be giving y'all everything that I possibly know about offering estate planning notary services, how to execute the signing, how to acquire clients, how to retain the clients, pricing your services, reviewing those documents. I'm going to pretty much give you everything that I know. I really should be charging an arm and a leg because I'm really giving you a lot of game that's not really out there. For estate planning notary services, but you can get your tickets today for $25. Registration ends tomorrow night. So make sure you go to www.espnotarypro.com. Again, www.espnotarypro.com to grab your tickets. It's going to be a really good class. Really hope to see any of you. Pretty much, I really hope to see a few of you guys in this class. Estate planning has definitely changed my business, changed my life in general. 95% of my business is doing estate planning notary services, and you can build your business on just estate planning notary services. How do I know that? Because I do it, I live it, and I know a few other notaries who do the same as well. So you can do the same as well. So make sure you join the class. If you're a mobile notary who's looking to book estate plan signing business, make sure you join the Stamper community. Make sure you join our network. We're currently looking to add notaries to our network for Stamper signings. Always looking for notaries to work with. Otherwise, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this today. I hope you guys go out there and crush it, killing your business. And don't be afraid to put your name out there. Don't be afraid to be bold. There's a reason why you decided to be a notary. So make sure you follow through and make the best of it. As always, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Bye, y'all.